Story 1. Is my boyfriend, 27M, fetishizing me, or am I, 20F, overthinking about this? I, 20F, have been dating my boyfriend, 27M, for about a year now. We come from different ethnic backgrounds, which was never something I thought twice about. I've dated people from various races, and I've never had a specific preference when it comes to that. Early in the relationship, I found out that both of his ex-girlfriends were the same ethnicity as me. I didn't think much of it first. Maybe that's just who he clicked with. But as time went on, it started to feel less coincidental and more like a pattern. He's mentioned before that he's never really been attracted to women outside of my ethnic group. And that's when things started to feel off. Like it wasn't a personal connection he was after, but a specific type. Then there's the content he consumes. I don't consider watching porn to be cheating, but the kind he watches makes me extremely uncomfortable. It's all centered around hypersexualized portrayals of women from my ethnicity. On top of that, I found that he follows Reddit threads that specifically fetishize not just my background, but our exact interracial dynamic. The final straw for me was when he asked me to wear ethnically inspired lingerie in bed. Some people might be into that kind of role play, and that's totally valid. But for me, it didn't feel like intimacy. It felt like I was playing a character in his fantasy rather than being loved for me. It left me feeling objectified, not appreciated. Yes, I'll admit I found some of this out by going through his phone, which I know isn't right, but I had a gut feeling something wasn't sitting well. And now I feel sick. I keep wondering, does he actually care about me? Or am I just a fetish to him? I don't want to jump to conclusions, but I can't ignore this lingering feeling that I'm not being seen as a full person, that my identity is being reduced to something sexual and exotic. Has anyone else experienced this? Is this something I should be seriously concerned about? Or am I overthinking it? Any thoughts or advice would mean a lot. Comment 1. White guy, Asian girl? It's like the number one fetish relationship out there, and it's not close. Comment 2. Tell us you are Asian without telling us you are Asian. Comment 3. Gotta be 1% of 27M/20F relationships that work and aren't toxic. Don't date 27-year-olds when you're not even a real adult yet. Story 2. My wife, 30F, only communicates through storytelling, and it's creating a disconnect with me, 30M. Any advice? I, 30M, have been noticing a recurring communication issue in my marriage, and while I'm starting to understand the pattern better, I'm still unsure how to navigate it in a healthy way. My wife, 30F, and I have been together for 9 years, married for 2. This isn't a case of we don't communicate. It's more about how we communicate. The main issue is that my wife tends to communicate almost exclusively through storytelling. It's very difficult to ask a direct question and get a clear, concise answer. Instead, I usually get a long, winding story, sometimes repetitive or tangential, and still walk away without the actual answer I was looking for. While she's not a bad storyteller, the stories can include inconsistencies or leave out important details, which only adds to the confusion. For example, me, did person A say when they'd call you? Her, oh, well, I saw last week. Then launches into a 5 to 10 minute story I've already heard, and they said they'd call me. Me, okay, but did they say when they'd call? Her, well, when I was with them last week. Another version of the same story. They said they'd call, but didn't give a specific time. This happens often. I'll ask a simple question, like when, where, or what, and instead of getting an answer, I get a narrative. When I try to gently steer things back or clarify what I'm actually asking, you already told me that, or that's not quite what I meant, she tends to get upset, and I end up frustrated. The result? I've started avoiding conversations altogether. I hold back from asking basic questions because I know it'll likely turn into a long story that may not even address what I asked. It's made communication between us feel tiring and stressful, and I hate that it's gotten to this point. I know she's not doing it maliciously, and I want to be patient and respectful. But at the same time, I need more clarity and less friction in our day-to-day communication. I don't want her to feel like I'm dismissing her, but I also don't want to keep silently withdrawing either. Has anyone experienced something similar? How do you balance your partner's communication style with your own need for clarity and brevity without making them feel unheard or invalidated? Comment 1. Does she anticipate criticism, maybe having grown up in the kind of house where every question implied some kind of failure? Maybe she's not so much storytelling as trying to assemble justifications to excuse herself, and it's backfiring on both of you. Comment 2. My mom does this, as do some coworkers, but then I just allow to do it because I need my job. And I've hurt her feelings pretty bad with my initial attempts to move her along. The most successful I've been is if I'm asking for something like a time or location or person's name and say, just a second, can you tell me the actual number slash name slash place first so I can orient myself and then tell me the rest? I put the orient part in quotes because it's the key bit, reasonably vague language, but makes it seem like I need the specific info for a reason rather than me wanting to be able to tune the rest out. Comment 3. So I says to myself, I says calm. Comment 4. I asked my storytelling partner to give me the for dummies answer. So he does. Ultimately, if she is getting upset, that's on her though too. Like we all have to tailor our communication systems to our audience, and not being willing to do that is an issue. Story 3. Girlfriend 37F called me 35M, stingy even though I pay for 99% of everything. Me, 35M, her, 37F. My girlfriend and I have been dating for about 9 months. Like any couple, we've had our ups and downs, but until recently, finances were never an issue, or at least I thought they weren't. For context, I work in high finance, and she's a bank teller. I earn roughly 5 times her salary. Naturally, I've paid for the vast majority of things in our relationship, easily 99.9%. That's always been fine with me. I don't flaunt my income, and I've never made her feel like she owes me anything. Money just hasn't been something I've held over her or even brought up much. It's never felt like a point of tension. She's done sweet things here and there, bought me small gifts, paid for coffee or lunch once or twice, and I've appreciated those gestures. I genuinely enjoy providing memorable experiences for her. I lean toward traditional values in relationships, and I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to take care of my partner in that way. I've even talked about taking her on international trips, covering everything myself, no strings attached. But this past weekend, something happened that caught me completely off guard. I took her to a Michelin star restaurant, her first time at one. I was excited to treat her to something special. But later that evening, she called me stingy. Her reasoning? She said everything I've done for her has also included me, meals, travel, experiences, and that I haven't done anything just for her. According to her, she wants things that are exclusively about her. Gifts, massages, designer items, personal gestures that aren't shared experiences. That really stung, especially because I do go out of my way to surprise her, whether it's ordering her favorite coffee when she's not expecting it, getting her beautiful flowers, especially on her birthday, or planning meaningful moments. To me, those things are for her. When I tried to talk to her about it, she brushed it off and said she was joking, though it was clear she wasn't. I pushed a little further, and she eventually admitted she feels like I don't just know what she wants like her friends' boyfriends do. She brought up how those guys buy their girlfriends gifts or pamper them, even when they make far less money than I do. I was visibly upset, and she did seem to feel bad. We dropped the conversation after that, but I haven't been able to shake it. I love her, and I want to give her the best I can. But her comments made me feel like everything I've done hasn't been enough, or worse, hasn't been appreciated. It made me question whether I'm being seen for the effort I am putting in, or if I'm being compared to other people based on what they buy rather than how they care. Am I overthinking this? Or is this a sign of deeper incompatibility around values and appreciation? How would you handle this if you were in my shoes? Comment 1. 9 months and still not appreciative? Swerve this woman and find someone who appreciates the SH*T you do. No question about it. Comment 2. Sorry, but it really sounds like she's using you. I would stop with all the pampering and definitely don't go in for massages and all that stuff. It's not your responsibility. I can't believe she had the balls to bring it up. You're doing that out of the goodness of your heart, not because she thinks it's owed to her. Comment 3. Sounds entitled and spoiled. Comment 4. Amazes me what guys will tolerate. Dude, this isn't the one. There are plenty of loving women in the world who won't judge you by what you buy them. Comment 5. So basically she is saying, I don't care about US. I want to know what you can do for me. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and we will see you in the next video.